Well, hello, my name is Chris Oppenheimer, and this is Real Raw Authentic, volume number 7. I'm here with my friend Josh Hani, and he has taken upon himself to do our podcast. We're officially in our new podcast room in our new office, and welcome. We've been gone for 2 weeks. I went into the jungles, you went on vacation, and now we're back. And volume number 6, we talked about me going out into the jungle on an ayahuasca ceremony. And I ended up doing way more than just that. But we're back. Let's talk about it, Josh. I mean,
I went skiing for a couple of days. He went on his little trip that he had, that we asked, as you guys saw in the past episode, I asked him a bunch of questions and stuff like that on what he thought would change and what the difference would be when he got back. So I'm just going to be following up with those questions pretty much in this podcast, and asking him like what kind of changed for him, what kind of ceremonies he did, what the ceremonies were like. And we also got the new podcast room, which I really, really like. And everything's looking good right now. We just need to work on the lighting a little bit and a couple touch-ups.
It'll evolve. It'll evolve. I mean, it's our first week here.
Absolutely.
So lots changed in the last 3 weeks.
It has gotten good.
So, yes.
So I want to ask Mr. Chris right off the rip here. The first question I was thinking of, which is like, what kind of changed for you after the experience? That's kind of a broad one for the first question, but I just wanted to ask that just so we can get into it quick here.
Yeah, so I would have to say that I'm more grounded than I've ever been in my life. Mm-hmm. I totally get it. And for the first time, the things that used to really, really bother me and piss me off, I just let it go now. And man, if I can keep that flow going, it's going to be amazing. But that's the test. But I'm just thankful for all of my experiences in life. And I got to say, I took Landmark worldwide, a curriculum for living years ago. And I got to say that helped me really integrate back into society over the last couple of weeks. Because what I experienced and what you come back to is two realities that are not the same.
Yeah. Do you have any like pictures or anything we could put up?
I got a few pictures I can show. Let's just start with the first night ceremony, because I ended up doing the experience twice.
Walk me through that. Walk me through what it was like, when you got there, how you arrived. Like, did you arrive on a plane, boat?
I mean, we went on a plane. I actually flew into Cancun. I met my two friends there, Adam and Lombardo, and we'd never, they had known each other because they live up in Massachusetts. I'd never personally met the guys, but I had a good feeling that it was going to be good people to be around. We have a lot of the same experiences in addiction, traumas, things like that. And they have conquered it just as I have, and they want to go out and help other people. And, you know, when I got invited by Adam, at first I was like, I don't know. But immediately I was like, fuck yeah, I want to do that. Because everything I've ever done in life, I either go into it with full intention or I don't do it. And this is something I went into with an intention to get something out of. And the last podcast I talked about, you know, I want to know what my purpose is. And I got that. And I want to know, you know, where did my infinite wisdom come from? And I got that. And it's just amazing what's happening now.
So you got there on the plane.
Flew there,
met the two guys. Where was like the first start of the ceremony? You said it was on like a private property, right?
Yeah, so I thought originally we were going to go into the jungle, and they do that on Fridays.
Okay, so that's the last day.
Yeah, so we ended up doing a private ceremony on Tuesday night. So got in on Monday, and it was at a personal property. It was a really beautiful home and big backyard, but it wasn't enough nature for me. And unless you were there, you have to experience it. You know, the last one you showed some of the crazy stuff, that shit happens. It's like 1,000 years of counseling in one night.
Wow.
It's, I mean, I'm amazed.
Do you recommend somebody go and do it? Like, who's your ideal person? Like, do they have to have trauma to go do it?
No, I actually, knowing that my trauma had already been dealt with for the most part, it was a very freeing experience. I got to dig deeper into who I am that most people take several ceremonies. So, it's like we're dealing with generational curses, generational living. This is really, believe it or not our first time on this universe, maybe this planet, but we've been around, and I get that totally. It's like every hair is standing up because I get these things that I didn't get to a different level now.
Yeah. Was it like, so when you took the medicine, because as you guys saw in the video, you like take this medicine. What was that experience like taking the medicine? Did you see stuff? Like, what did you see if you did see stuff? Like, was it, I'm just curious.
So there was a series of things that we had the opportunity to take over the evening. And in the United States, a lot of these things are considered illegal. And I actually get who I am for the first time. And I get my connection to plants. I get why I was always the kid wandering around, eating poisonous berries and getting my stomach pumped. And I've always been the nature kid, always picking the plants up, putting them together, mixing dirt together. And I get that goes back thousands of years for me. Like, that's who I am to the core I know now that I, in my past, healed people with plants, and that's going to freak people out. But that's my total connection to what I do today. I am more grounded in who I am and what I'm doing than I ever have been before.
Yeah, that's something. I got actually Mr. Chris's shirt on underneath here, the Soil Plants Community one. I didn't know. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but he has a little company called Botany Scientific. It's Soil Plants and Community, and he's helping people with plants and community. Should I give it a little plug in the video?
You can do whatever you want. I'm not here to plug my business. I'm here to, absolutely. I really wanted to create this podcast to bring people together and share experiences, because like my experience in the jungle, a lot of people are flat out, oh, I'd never do that. I can't believe you're doing that. Oh, you're fearful. It's all the emotions that we go through with everything in life. Yeah. But knowing that I did drugs and I put some crazy things in my body, but now I get to go out with a shaman in the jungle and he teaches me this stuff. That was beautiful for me.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask you, back to the question I just asked you. Did you what's one thing you saw? Is there a LSD experience or something with it, or is it
There were several different experiences. So first of all, I did rape, which is through the nose, and what it does is it connects the left and right hemisphere of the brain. From what I know, that doesn't happen since we were born. Once we're born, it separates our left and our right brain. So this rape blows up our nose, and I think I've got a video of this, so you might even want to be showing this while I'm doing it. But he blows this stuff up your nose, and it just stings. And what does it sting like? I have no worse than snorting cocaine. For those that have done that, that's a horrible drug. So why would I not try a plant to heal my body? You know what I'm saying? We've done all this stupid shit in our lives, and all of a sudden, when somebody comes to us with plants from nature that people have used for thousands of years, why? So it connected the left and right hemisphere. And then I did these Sananga drops, and they put these drops in your eyes. All this is by choice, but remember, I went there to get something out of this. So I want to figure it all out. And then the ayahuasca, they put in a cup, and it's granted to you. You pray to Mother Earth, God. What an experience with God I had. Wow. Really? This podcast could go on. We might do 2 or 3 of these, but my first night experience was really, really powerful, almost too powerful to where I would have never done it again had Adam and Lombardo not been there to push me to do it again on Friday. And my body was drained by Friday because I was fasting. I was doing everything I needed to do.
How long did you not eat for?
It's almost 7 days.
You didn't eat for 7 days?
Well, I had 5 meals, but they're not meals like we would have on a...
I was like, how did you survive?
5 meals in 7 days, and it's mostly fruits and vegetables and things from the earth, but I wanted to be in the cleanest place that I can. And I'm actually wearing my shirt from my second ayahuasca ceremony.
You wore that there?
I did. This was
Awesome.
on my second ceremony, and actually this one came clean. The first one from my first night, it was such a fucking mess. I had to throw it away. I mean, dude, I did everything that I talked about and then some. So whatever you want to ask, go for it.
I see you have the certain things written down.
I do.
What is that all about?
Well, the rape was the nose to connect your left and right hemisphere. And I'm no expert on this. I haven't even studied this stuff. I learned by watching and by listening. And then the ayahuasca is the root of the plant and the leaf. And then changa is the smoke. And then the kambo is the frog.
Oh,
and that's a total different ceremony, but I did do 2 of those as well.
Did you have, so that's where they like burned it into you?
I've got 5 little scars there. 5 little scars there.
You said they didn't hurt though when they did it.
Well, I mean, it hurts, but I mean, we've done worse to our bodies and we don't think twice. You know, if you have a tattoo, you can handle this.
Yeah. So which one was your favorite on there?
I don't have a favorite.
You don't have a favorite?
I have a lot of respect for each medicine in its own way, like I never had. And I do want to share something with everybody. Because I have a really good shaman and they're like family to me. And these plants are really not to be taken and distributed and used like marijuana has been done. I mean, we've taken something beautiful like the marijuana and the hemp plants, and it's become commercialized and accelerants and growing it fast. And these are all chemicals that we're putting back into the body. And when I talked to my shaman about all this, it was very powerful for me to get the connection to what clean food and plants and what we're putting into our body. And we're destroying ourselves and we're being manipulated, and we don't even realize how we have all been conformed to this world. And I got that it's time for us to break out of that and start doing what's right. And so for me, the rape, the sananga, the ayahuasca, the changa, the kambo, those need to be done in the jungle. Those need to be done by a professional. People out there chasing the high and thinking that this is just another way. You're messing up. Seriously, if you're doing it the wrong way, you're messing up the intention of what these plants are for.
Yeah.
And I have much respect for it. I even asked if you could go do a documentary with me, and he said yes, but he wants you to go earlier and have the experience so you have the respect for the plant as well.
I would need to do my research, definitely.
Well, do your research, and you just keep watching how I live, because that's really all we are. What I got more than anything from my first experience is my connection to plants. I mean, the first night I was trying to tear up. My fingers are still messed up. I've got scars on my feet because I was trying to tear up the cement that we were on because I was trying to save plants.
Were you doing that like sober, or were you doing that on the ayahuasca?
I was doing this with the rape, the sananga, and the ayahuasca and the changa.
So you were seeing plants like in the cement?
No. The plants were near, but I was trying to tear up the cement we were on because I didn't want to put any more cement on the ground because we were killing the plants.
Oh, wow. So that's what you had seen in the,
yes,
that's crazy.
I was trying to
that's what I kind of wanted
get
to
the
see.
cement off the ground so the plants could come back and do their thing.
That's what I wanted to see.
Who the fuck does that shit, you know? And it sounds crazy if somebody's watching this, but when you're around and you're seeing people all going through their shit, but you're not supposed to focus on them, and you stay in your own world. But I have much respect for each one, and I think that it needs to be done the right way.
Wow. I think, that's kind of what the question I was asking was, like, what did you see while you were on the experience? Like, so
the rape went up my nose, and the shananga were eye drops in your eyes, and it's been known to clear glaucoma and all these other things. And I got to be honest with you, I wear reading glasses when I have to read. For 3 days, I didn't need reading glasses. Wow. The whole time I was there, I didn't take any of my medication, and I almost debated to whether start on my medication ever again because everything was perfect in my body, and I still feel amazing, but I feel like the medication is taking me further and further away from how I was feeling. Mm-hmm. So I'm almost ready to go back. I've already told my family I'm positioning myself to buy a condo or a home over there because I want to get out and be with the people. And wow, how that goes with soil, plants, and community, you can't make up like how this is all flowing now.
That would work great with your business as well.
Totally.
What's the scenery like? Like, is it different, or what's?
It's a jungle. It's totally like a jungle.
What were the plants that they cut up? Like, what did those?
It's just being out there and knowing where it comes from.
Yeah.
Like, how often do we go in and have dinner or even go to the grocery store and we can look at a plant or a vegetable and say, I know where that came from.
Yeah.
Like, I know where this stuff came from, and people are worried about me calling me while I'm in Mexico. I just haven't heard from you in a few days. And I'm like, you know what? I'm still shadow banned on Facebook. They said 90 days or more. So I don't know what the hell that means, but I post stuff that doesn't really show up, but fuck it all. You know, where I am is I don't really want to be on social media. I really want to be out in nature. And my whole vision at my company is to take people back into soil, plants, and community. And I just feel like now I'm totally on that path, and this experience just made it real for me what I do. And I just think of how many people out there are working, doing something that they have no passion about. Like, we've got to get back to passion.
Yeah. And that we kind of touched on that with the college versus education podcast that we did. And I like that one as well. I
mean, we're doing some real content here, Josh, and I just really appreciate you. And, you know, that was kind of my first ayahuasca experience. I mean, I had a whole deal on religion. I had a conversation with the late Mary Kay Ash. I mean, these are weird things that people...
While you were taking the...
Yes.
Wow.
But these were all things that go back to my intention with business.
Yeah.
Like, so you go in before you actually do the ceremony, the shaman speaks with you and says, what is your intention of this evening? Like, what is your intention? Mm-hmm. And my intention for the first evening was to find out if what I'm doing is my real purpose in life. And I had a lot of questions about organized religion, and I had a lot of questions about business and the right way to do business. And I got all those answers in one night. Wow. And it just solidified everything that I'm doing. And I couldn't be more happy that I went.
That's awesome. That's everything you said was just mind blowing for me, like how you saw stuff and everything like that. Is there any other questions or like stuff you want to talk about?
No, I think that I think we could talk about a lot. You know, after my first experience, I almost didn't do it again.
Wow, why is that?
I was almost scared to do it again. Not because I had a bad trip or because the shaman's there, he's got instruments that bring you in and out, because it's all vibration. Yeah. We're all a vibration. And what level are you vibrating at? Way up here or way down here? And he's pulling all these people in and out of these things. And so I can't wait to share the night in the jungle, because that to me was the most powerful experience, because I saw myself as something bigger than I ever was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So like, did you have like an outer body experience?
Way outer body, back in history. And the people there got to see it.
Wow. So you got the whole 9 yards there. That's crazy. So I saw in the YouTube video we watched, they actually like went out and chopped the plants down and stuff like that. Did you actually go out and do that?
We did not do that.
So they had the plants like prepared.
They had it prepared and ready for us.
But you knew where they came from, the plants.
Absolutely.
And everything. Okay. Yeah. So that's a good thing. Did you wish you would have went out and chopped the plants down and stuff?
That's kind of why they recommended, my shaman's wife, he recommended that I go into the jungle on Friday to experience it, because she saw how I was with plants and how connected I was to the dirt. She said that I really needed to be out there. And I knew in my heart that I needed to be out there, but after tearing yourself up on cement trying to get, but that made me know that I needed to be out there. So it's all about, following your inner voice, but having the right people guiding you in life.
Yeah. Was the shaman like a one-on-one person, or was it like a whole group?
Well, there was a group, but he worked with each one of us one-on-one.
So
and his major language is Spanish. I mean,
Gotcha.
So his wife and others do most of the translating, but I mean, you're actually learning Spanish in the process because you're hearing it. So it's been a really cool experience all the way around.
That's awesome.
The white, they say if you wear white, it's good energy when you're out there, but if you wear black, it could absorb the negative energies. And so people that wore the darker colors, they went through a lot worse. So I highly recommend, when you do things, do a little bit of research, but don't get too complicated. Follow your bliss, but most importantly, there's good guidelines to follow. And that's what I want to do is I want to be a good steward of this medicine. And as we heal people naturally through plants, and I can't heal anybody, but our bodies are smarter than we are. So if we can heal people with plants, and we can't do the healing, none of us can, but the plants are smarter than we are. And if we begin to use plants properly, I think just like myself, we'll evolve and we'll somehow end out in nature. And instead of counseling in a chair, we'll be counseling in nature with plants. And you call that a trip, call that whatever you want. I call that healing times the power of 100. It's powerful.
Yeah, that's a crazy experience. I really don't have any more questions to ask you, and maybe I'll think of some if we do another podcast on this, but I think that, do you want to conclude it here?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Are you good? How should we end it?
We're good.
Yeah, we just appreciate you following the podcast, and we're going to give you some more fun information.
Yeah, we'll leave some links down in the description where you can visit anything or like some of the stuff that we put on. We have a Spotify as well. You guys can go visit that. But other than that, thank you guys for watching this podcast. And I'm the videographer here, Josh, and this is the main guy, Chris.
The main guy.
the main guy.
I'm Mr. Chris.
I'm behind the scenes. He's the big guy here. So
I'm not. Oh my God. How about I just be Chris and you be Josh, and we live happily ever after? How about that? Let's keep it simple.
All right. Thank you guys for watching.
All right. Thanks.